I'm Ian Murphy, and I graduated from MICA with a degree in painting in 2015. I made paintings that were largely sculptural by nature, which led me into my current project, which is Evil Evil Guitars, that I work on with my partner Ben Torres. I started a furniture company briefly with another friend of mine called Two Bolts. It's funny, yeah, so I'm working a new job now at Crump and Quash, which is a boutique furniture studio in Baltimore. I got the job, as a furniture maker, but I really didn't do much woodworking beforehand, especially at MICA, because I was a painting major who got into sculpture a bit too late. So once I started working on furniture and guitars in my free time, I developed all the skills I needed and ended up just getting this random job at this really nice boutique furniture place. Yeah, so Evil Evil, right now, we're working on getting into a production mindset. So everything we're doing has basically been prototyped and, pretty much down to where it needs to be. So we're getting into doing runs of instruments at once, as well as working more closely with local musicians and bands in Baltimore. Natural Velvet, the bassist, singer, songwriter for that group. We're working on a bass for her. We've been working a lot on marketing and branding, working on the website. This year's been pretty intense for us, It's like we ended up getting the Upstart grant from MICA and just working, crashing through that, figuring out like what we want to do. And we kind of started with one mindset and one approach to guitar making, like totally by hand. And then we got into like digital fabrication and CNC work at OpenWorks. So Ben handles most of the CNC work. That's also helped get our instruments very streamlined. So since then, it's just been a lot of, production. I think the most difficult aspect of starting a guitar brand is that you have to be the boss. You have to make all the calls. You have to come up with all of the ideas for concepts and marketing and designs. You have to make everything or find someone that can make it. Everything has to be accounted for. And that's definitely the hardest part, because making the guitars, that alone presents enough challenges for sure to get, really skilled in your craft, and to, be able to say that you make great instruments by hand is not an easy thing. So I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life for a while, until probably around like 8th grade or so, where I had like some defining moment. I really can't even remember what that was, but there was a moment where I just knew that art was what I wanted to do. And so then, I kind of grappled with everyone tells you, the starving artist, like you're never gonna make it. And so, I always tried to find a more plausible career path I could take, but I could never really find one. So I just stuck with art, went to community college in my hometown, and then I found out about MICA, so I transferred there. But I would say, largely I always wanted to be like a gallery artist, painter. I started out really into portraiture, and through college got into abstraction and sculpture, and moved away from what I had, conceived of myself to be as an artist when I grew up. Almost like every year of college was just like, oh, this is the kind of artist I'm gonna be, until, and I'm still figuring that out. It's like, it's always something different, just moving forward. Right now, it's like, I know that what I'm working on is unresolved, and so I feel like, I can keep working on it because of that. Yeah, sorry, mosquitoes are a thing in here.
I gotta scrape myself somehow.
There's lots of things to scrape yourself on as well. Sorry. What's rewarding about what I've done so far? I think it's a lot of just figuring things out as you go and then being successful in that, or maybe like learning from mistakes, fixing mistakes, and just really getting really good at what you do, you know? It's like, I think the reward is almost in knowing that every piece is going to be better than the next one, and the anticipation of getting there. You know, I'd say that's the carrot on the stick.
What advice would you give newcomers that are interested in working in your field?
You know, just kind of keep doing it. Like, I know, like, after school I had this, like, almost like, you know, cool down phase where I just had to work through everything I've learned. And then since graduating, making work has been sometimes more challenging because you don't have the circle of people to, you know, give you feedback or critiques or, you know, affirm what you're doing. But I find it's like really freeing to just kind of work through everything and start making work that's like really genuinely yours. You know, a luthier and a guitar builder, similar issue there. It's just persevering and honing your craft, learning as much as you can, and just like trying to constantly strive for, you know, doing better. And then, like, as a business owner, my best advice is that you're gonna keep making mistakes. I feel like the reason people always say like businesses always fail in the first year is because people get too discouraged. And so I feel like it's just really, you know, it's important to know that you're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna spend a lot of money on something that turned out to be a waste. And it's like, if you can still pick yourself up and keep going after that, then you're on the right path. There's like nothing that can make you stop.